If you ever want to veer off and do a Frank Stallone podcast, let me know.
No, that won't happen. Dom, however, we do have a segment, of course, regarding our friend Frank Stallone and
yes,
what Frank Stallone has been up to this week. Now, the producers of our podcast have asked us to change the title of the episode or of the segment. Originally, I think it was called "This Week with Frank Stallone" or something like that.
Right.
So the producers of the show got a hold of us and said, "Look, we would like to change the angle a little bit, if you don't mind." Mm-hmm. So they called Sly. They were our producers were kind enough to call Sly.
Well, they got in touch with him. Good.
Our people talked to his people. So Sly did another intro regarding the segment. Very quick intro.
Great.
So it's episode 2 of the Frank Stallone show, but there's a new title.
Here's another segment of Frank Stallone. Who is this guy?
All right, so the new segment is called Frank Stallone. Who is this guy? Okay, so now this first one here, I want you to look at, folks, and for our audio listeners. We have Frank, who posted a picture of his great-grandfather, I believe, who served in World War I. His uncle Danny also served. And my father, he says, in World War II, and the millions who gave their lives for our freedom. So I guess this is around Memorial Day weekend for you. Is it called that for you guys?
Yeah, Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The billions that we know. See, this is what we love. This is what we love about Frank. This is why we come to Frank. So Frank starts off, offering his love and support of the troops for sacrifices made by people in his family and people around the world. Of course, the many soldiers and veterans. Then he goes on to the billions regarding. I thought when he said the billions, when I was reading this, he was talking about people, but now we're getting to money. Okay. So the billions that we waste on countries and programs should be spent on veterans instead of putting them in the streets and giving illegal aliens hotel rooms. Oh, Frank.
That was a fast change right there. Yeah. That turned quick.
That shouldn't even be in our country. That contributed nothing.
Oh, it's great. I like the way it starts out all heartfelt about his family members. Then he just goes on a tirade.
Hey, Frank, may I ask who cleans your house? In your brother's house? Let's be serious here. Now, of course, some of the comments are funny. Now, there's a theme coming here. I want to point this out. Okay. Jacob here in the comments says, "Who is this guy?" And they got 53 likes. Okay, look at that. Who is this guy? Now, keep that in mind. So, who is this guy? You ready? Okay, so that's one of the comments, but it's not the last time we'll see that comment.
Keep going, Frank.
Okay. So, for our listeners, of course, Frank is doing an exercise at the gym. His back's across the bench, and he's got this weight that he's holding above his head with his 2 arms, and he's pulling it down behind his head, lifting it back up again. Okay, so that's the grunting you're kind of hearing, and the cameraman is giving him encouragement.
Frank the Tank.
Called Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank,
yeah.
You got to keep your ass down. You can't lift with your butt.
So he's done about 4, 5, or 6. Now, I guarantee you, this isn't rep 50, right? The video started, and he started. He's wearing a hoodie. He's got yellow shades on.
Yellow glasses? Yeah, some kind of yellow Elton John-like glasses.
He's going very red in the face here. He's working hard. Good for him. I mean, 70-something. Good for him.
Here we are finishing out our Monday workout. Irish Pride. The Irish Pub in Atlantic City. Great friends of mine. Great place to go. We just had a good workout. We did chest today. Those lat pullovers we do are really good. You got to keep your butt down and just pull. It really opens up your rib cage. It's good to do. And remember, tune in this Wednesday for the Family Stallone, and you will see me in action with Big Brother in Atlantic City. We hope to see you. God bless. And this is X-Ray Man coming at you.
Okay, so he mentions he points to the yellow glasses that we pointed out. He calls himself X-Ray Man. Now, Frank, I don't think you should be saying you're X-Ray Man when you're going to the gym with other, females walking around with their, So that's fine. It's a harmless video, but you'll notice in that video, Dom. Did you notice in that video that the comments were gone?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to find out later in this video why the comments are gone. But you'll look under this video right here, under a couple of the threads here. We got somebody that says here, "Who is this guy?" Okay.
I think I know the origin of this, but
I started to dig in deep what the origin might be, but I didn't have time. I apologize. Okay, so let's listen to Frank now.
Go Phillies. Well, it's Tuesday at Gold's. Just finished a leg workout. It's taken a while to build these legs back up, but it'll come. It's very slow to build calves and everything back up, but feeling really good. Tomorrow, streaming Family Stallone. You will see me in concert and some really funny stuff. And remember, it's on Paramount Plus, MTV, or CMT. So it's not like a regular scheduled show. So after 12 o'clock tonight, if it's 12:15, you can go to Paramount Plus or any of those stations I mentioned and watch the show. So it's not like...
So Frank, bless his heart, he's explaining how streaming works.
I want just a whole course of videos on YouTube with him explaining streaming and streaming networks.
And I love how he says it comes on at midnight. Basically, the streaming service releases at midnight. Now, Frank, is that New York time, LA time, UK time? But in Frank's world, wherever Frank is, midnight his time. That's
the priority.
Yeah. Speaking of the Family Stone, have you been keeping up with the episodes?
I missed a couple, I think.
Oh, dude, you got to catch up. Well, if you want to be a co-host of the Ramble podcast,
I didn't see the Frank Stallone one. I definitely didn't see the Frank.
Episode 5 is another starring Frank Stallone. This is why he's really I'm telling you, this isn't the only video where he's plugging the Family Stallone. He's plugging it heavy this week because it was a Frank-centric episode.
Oh,
basically, it was him at Atlantic City at the concert.
I almost went to that. Side note. Me and my brother almost went to that, and we weren't able to go. Somebody I knew had tickets. I regret every day of my life now that I didn't go.
You should regret. That is horrible. That's poor life choices. You were so close to going to see Frank live. I would love to hear that. They do show a couple clips of the concert. Of course, Sly's there to present Frank at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Classic episodes. Family Stallone, guys. I agree with Frank. You got to watch it midnight. You can watch it anytime after midnight.
Anytime after midnight. It's worldwide midnight.
You have to watch it at 7 at night. You can watch it anytime you want. And if you haven't watched the other 3 shows, you can catch up with the new stuff. And it's getting better every day. And I'm feeling really good. Listen, I apologize. I posted something.
So he's just talking about the Family Stallone. He says, I'm feeling really good. Now he's about to get angry.
Do you notice when he records, he tries to pick the noisiest place he possibly can?
It is so weird. Like Frankster. Come on, X-Ray man. Pick better places here.
Yesterday of me and Alex doing pullovers, and all these jerks came out of nowhere saying, "Who's this guy?" Really negative, nasty stuff. I don't know how it happened, but these guys, do me a favor, get lost. Don't bother. I'm not bothering you. I'm just working out in the gym. I don't need your snide remarks. You stupid, unintelligent morons. Okay, so just go away from my site, and if it keeps up, I'll just make it where no one can make a comment. But listen, I wish you all a great day. Peace, joy, be safe, be happy, be healthy.
I wish you all a good day. Joy, peace, be happy, as I just called you all unintelligent morons.
I like the way he threatened everybody, and then he filled it up. Then his comeback after that was wishing everybody peace.
Yeah, I wish everybody peace. Again, who is this guy? Now look at the next video that comes up. Half the comments are, who is this guy? Who is this guy? So can people from the Instagram community that follow Frank Stallone tell me what is going on here? Now, the video he talked about, so he talked about how he posted the video of the arm workout and the comments were gone. He took the comments down. So on that video, he did mention that the comments were taken away because of these unintelligent morons that were commenting with, who is this guy?
Right.
Do you have a theory of where this is coming from?
I know where this is coming from. I'm trying right now to look up the post because I didn't even know until you brought it to my attention what was going on. Frank Stallone commented on a comedian's Instagram saying, "Who is this guy?" And now it seems like what's happening is all the fans. I'm forgetting his name. It's a well-known comedian. I'm trying to look it up because I follow him on Instagram. Tom Segura. Tom Segura.
Oh, real? Oh, Tom Segura. I don't know his stuff, but I know he's a big comedian. Isn't he big time?
Right. Yeah, he's big time. Tom Segura about maybe 2 weeks ago, and I forgot. I took a picture of this with the intention to send it to you, and I completely forgot. Here we go. If you go on Tom Segura's Instagram, I'm looking at it right now. On May 29th, Tom Segura shared a picture of his comments because he put up a picture of his father or something, and he said, "My dad hated facial hair," and whatever the hell. Frank Stallone commented, "Who is this guy?" And then Tom Segura replied to him and said, "The guy whose page you're commenting on, ? And then I guess it's just all his fans. What I'm guessing that his fans.
That makes sense.
This.
That's what they're doing. They're trolling them. They're saying you came to our, we're fans of this comedian. Who are you?
Right.
It's basically they're quoting Rambo from Rambo Part 4. Who are you?
Right. But I don't know the context of why Frank Stallone commented on his thing and said, "Who is this guy?"
So Frank was trolling Tom.
I guess so.
Or was he legitimately confused? But that doesn't make sense. You can go on anyone's Instagram to say, "Who are you?" There's 6 billion people in the world. I don't know any of them, right?
I don't know. Maybe somebody sent him the post and he responded, being an older guy. Maybe he responded like that, thinking he was responding to his friend or something. I don't.
Oh, that is hilarious. Well, I appreciate that's great insight. So, okay. He's at a crossroads here. So he did delete that one thread, but he can't keep that up because if he doesn't have interaction with his fans,
he does.
Yeah, he did. Frank, we can't have Frank die. Frank, we need you. You're getting Frank coverage on this podcast. I mean, is there another podcast in the world that does Frank Stallone coverage?
I could guess nobody.
Okay. So Frank, don't delete your comments. Here's the next video. Okay, thank you for that background, Dom. That's perfect.
No, it was perfect because that's why I was laughing so hard because I was realizing as you shared it that this had to be this guy's fans.
That's awesome. And you've only known that because you were a fan of Tom's. So that's the only reason why you know that. That's crazy. Right. Oh, wow. There's a reason why I picked you for my co-host. Now I know
There we go. It all came together.
It does. Now I can fire you and find somebody else.
Well, it is Thursday. Had a great tricep workout today. We prefer the French press. Myself, I think it's your triceps thicker and the pull downs. There's some exercises that other people use I can't use. Pulleys do nothing for me. The only thing with pulley-like are tricep pull downs. But anyway, I'm happy you all liked the show yesterday. I would have liked to see myself in concert longer, but that's the ego in me.
They showed the Atlantic show, and he was in it very briefly, but
okay.
Frank, it's a 22-minute reality show about Sly and his family. And here's Frank bitching and moaning that the fact that he even got 1 million plus more eyes on him for just 5 seconds is about as good as a plug as you're ever going to get. You get a better plug from Paramount Plus than your hair. I'll tell you that right now. Okay.
Yet again, the noisiest room ever. Talking in front of the noisiest
I don't.
room.
Does he tell camera guy, like, did you find anywhere noisy that we can go to?
A lunchroom in a school.
My wife is looking at me like, what do you guys talk about? Honey, this is a podcast. This is a very important business. Sorry, if you hear my family and stuff, it's because we're all in a shared living space right now.
I thought the girls were great. I thought my brother was very funny. And no, I did not buy the Komodo dragon, but it was really a giant monitor lizard. They're cute until they grab onto you and their nails like rip through your flesh. Not being mean, but that's, they're climbers, they're tree-bearing animals and they're beautiful. The python was literally 350 pounds, and I think it took a shit of 100 pounds. So, and the tarantula, you saw how excited my nieces were about having a tarantula put on them. I would.
So you really do have to watch episodes 4 and 5.
I definitely am.
He talked about in I think it was episode 5. He mentioned that he was upset that the daughters didn't ask him to come on their podcast to plug his documentary. Frank Stallone, that is. Remember that documentary that came out?
Right.
We talked about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he actually brought that up, that he was sour about that.
Oh, really?
And the girls didn't want him on the podcast because he's a bit of a loose cannon. Go figure.
What gave that away, that he's a bit of a loose cannon?
Now, I did some digging here between my last episode recording with the Rocky Show. We talked about this, about the divorce. Now, it turns out that they were separated during this showing of the series, but they went back and kind of reshot, re-edited things to eliminate that part of their life.
Okay, so they just didn't go into it in the show.
It's not going to be brought up at all. Because they showed Frank Stallone's concert was September 2nd, 2022. Jennifer asked for divorce in August. So they showed scenes of Sly at the concert with Frank, which would kind of make sense that maybe he's just not with his wife during this time, like physically next to her, that he's at a Frank show. During that time at the Frank concert that Sly was at, Jennifer had already asked for a divorce a few weeks previous. Now, it was a short separation. I think it was maybe 2 months long, a month, 2 months, and then they reconciled. So they are just eliminating the whole, it's not even going to be brought up. They reshot and re-edited things to work around it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess they can't show him getting that tattoo cover up, right? That he
That's
got.
right. They're not, I know. He covered, for those who don't know, he covered Jennifer's face with the dog's. Now, he owns the dog too at this time, but they're not showing the dog at all yet either. They're only showing the little one, not the big one.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Put the tarantula on me. I hate those things. But anyway, everything is good. We're getting back. Cut my hair. You know what? I saw my hair, and it's just these gray things coming out. It looked like when you see a bald guy, and he's got these hair sticking out. And, when he takes his hat off, he's going to look like Gallagher, So...
Wow, Gallagher, the comedian. Rest in peace.
The watermelon smashing comedian.
Yeah. Now he's talking about his hair. He's mentioned how I don't have a bald head. When I take off my bald cap, you get
said a
hair.
Bald guy.
Let's be honest. Frank and Sly, that's not their natural hair on top. Those are plugs.
He's got the hairline of a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Especially Sly.
Don't talk about your hair like it's yours, Frank.
Right. Don't attack the bald community. As a bald community member, don't attack the bald community.
And as a bald Italian.
Exactly.
So you're proof, Dom, I hate to say it, but you're proof that Italians can go bald, right?
Yes. A lot of Italians are bald, I know.
But not the Stallones.
No, yeah, they got the great hairlines.
I had my hair all trimmed. It's easier to take care of. And everything's good. So I wish you all a happy day. And the Frankster signing out.
So the Frankster signing out. Okay. One more video here. And look at his hair. It's a little bit unkempt here. I don't know if this is like the same day or shortly thereafter. But his hair is getting a little bit more, little wild on the side there.
Yours truly, Frankster. It's on a Monday. We had a really good workout today. We did chest and back. I talked too much over the weekend, so I'm a little hoarse. But anyway, back's hurting a little bit, but that's okay. We're back to building back up, and every day's a new day in life. You can make it what you want to make. We want to appreciate all the people who've been watching the family Stallone, and we're up to 100 Rotten Tomatoes, which is great.
So he says they're up to 100 Rotten Tomatoes. Frank, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works, Frank. We got 100 Rotten Tomatoes.
Congratulations, Frank, on your 100 Rotten Tomatoes for the family Stallone.
I like the way he's making this show about him. He's such a small part of the show.
Well, come on. This is the most Frank has been on any streaming service. He's making no bones about him riding the coattails of Sly. It's done. I'm 15 years from the grave. Which brings up a point. When you got guys like him at his age and stage in life, what's he working towards? He's got no kids, no spouse. Enjoy your couple $1 million you have to spend on. But this idea that he keeps trying to...
he's got his own line of guitars too, right?
Sure.
He does.
Now, he mentioned that his voice sounded hoarse because he's been talking too much, right? Look how he spelt the word horse in his write-up there.
As an actual animal.
As the animal, sounding hoarse. My brother dropped out of grade 9 like I did. Yeah. We appreciate your viewership
today.
Yeah, he talks about his workout. Great workout.
Found the noisiest room we possibly could.
Oh, Frank, we love you.
Wednesday will be a new show again on streaming. You don't have to wait till nighttime. After 12 o'clock at night on Tuesday going into Wednesday, you can start watching it. You can watch it at 12:30 at night. You can watch it 1 in the morning. You can watch it anytime you want. And speaking for the Stallone family, we want to thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you, Frank, for telling us when you can stream. You wait till midnight. You can watch it at 12:30 in the morning, Dom. You can watch it at 1:30 in the morning.
You don't have to wait till night, but you can watch it at midnight.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying anymore.
I got this one here. This was his latest one. It shows him on a mat, kind of like in a yoga type meditation sitting position. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So he says this. He goes, been home recovering. I'm sitting on I cut off the word there. It's a mat, PEMF. I Googled this, mat, and it is apparently good for pain in your back and what have you. It provides infrared heat. And he says here he's got 30 pounds of energy center alignment crystals. He got sick again. He can't catch a break, he says.
He got sick again, huh?
Yeah, he got sick again. He doesn't say with what. He goes on to say here, I can't catch a break. As the old saying goes, a veteran is never at liberty. Okay. A veteran is never at liberty. Now, I'm in the military, and liberty just means time off. So he's saying a veteran doesn't ever have time off or a break, which isn't true. I get 25 annual days a year. Be happy you're alive. Don't sweat the small stuff. Everybody is a comeback. Okay. Now, what I love about this one is there's this lady underneath gives him big health advice on how to. First, she calls him out for using crystals. And then she says, just to pray to Jesus and your life will be okay. All right.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So there you go. That has been Tim in our chat says here, between 100 Rotten Tomatoes, streaming instructions, and available at 12 o'clock, the Frankster needs his own reality show. And him flying off the handle without warning. Could you imagine? A Frank Stallone reality show? Would you watch that, Dom?
I would watch that. I would actually crowdfund that. I would go fund me that. I would pay to see that.
I agree totally. And maybe it starts here. Maybe it's our podcast that gets us going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Battle with Tom Segura Tom Segura's fans. And that's the best part. I don't think he's aware of what's going on. Why
he deleted the comments from that one video.
The people that found him working out, they were yelling it at him in person, right? Because that's what he was saying.
Who is this guy? I love it.
That concludes another episode of Frank Stallone. Who is this guy?